we are getting it started here on a beautiful Saturday at the end of April. First pitch, first strike for Gossett. She struck out 54 this season. In that game yesterday against Northwestern, she only struck out 1. Puts that one out on the edge. Robinson leading off for Northwestern. Kansas Robinson hitting .435. That's the best average on the squad for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Kansas Robinson, a surprise yesterday. Only 1 for 4 at the plate. Able to get picked up by the lower part of the order. But this is something here early on that Julia Gossett is struggling with, and that is the control of her pitches. And if you look at the statistics from yesterday, she only walked 2 batters. She hit 2 batters as well, but she struggled with control. Something she's going to have to work on here early on.
A foul ball. Good for a 2-2 count. Robinson, a 6'11 leadoff hitter as an average, but she's got a 1366 OPS. She is the exact opposite of what you want to start off a ball game with if you're a starting pitcher.
And Kansas Robinson feeling well at home. The Indianapolis native coming back here this weekend, playing in front of some local fans out of Indianapolis. Nice job laying off of that one there outside for ball 3. The count's full now.
Gossett finished with 52 pitches yesterday. That time it's lined right into the glove of McFadden. An easy first out for Purdue. They went 1-2-3 to start the game yesterday, and now they've got that first out on the board in just 6 pitches.
Yeah, and a nice job there, McFadden, right by the first base bag. An absolute laser, almost as the ball caught her as opposed to her catching it. But in any event, the Boilermakers getting the first out of the inning.
Olivia McFadden will hit 8th in the lineup for Purdue. Now that infield creeping in as a ball 1 falls in for Kelsey Nader.
And we talked about it, Alex, yesterday, the third and first baseman creeping in, and it's a scary situation, getting that close to someone who potentially is going to swing the bat.
Nader slugs .531. Has a total of 11 extra base hits, 6 doubles, and 5 home runs.
And Nader was 0 for 2 yesterday. She did draw a walk and was scored on a double. She was able to get an RBI, so.
Gossett does not give up the big play often. She's given up 7 home runs this season, and 3 of them came in last night's start.
Well, and that's just a testament to the power of the Northwestern Wildcats batting order.
That one's going to be lined into shallow left. It'll drop for Dillon and be a base knock to start us off.
Yeah, a beautiful piece of hitting there from the right fielder, able to find a pitch and drive that one. See here, nice job there, just poking that one into left field. And yesterday, that's what Northwestern was successful with. Their first 3 hits were bloop hits into the shallow outfield in a place that the Boilermaker defense couldn't get to.
40 hits on the season for Nader. Now joins Robinson as the only other player with 40 or more hits this season. She's a runner on first, and Zedak comes to the plate, hitting .328 with runners in scoring position. Excuse me, with runners on.
And Angela Zedak in the left field position, 1 for 2 yesterday with a hit and a run scored.
Zedak will watch that one fall low and away for a 2-1.
Zedak also playing some small ball yesterday, able to lay one down. A sacrifice.
Up high, no throw over to first. Nader 3 for 5 in stolen base attempts this season.
When you talked about the no throw down to first, I'd expect some more attempts from Ryan Ross down to first yesterday, trying to catch some of these Northwestern runners sleeping.
Zedak, a grad student from Chicago, Illinois, played her high school ball at Marist.
Some good high school sports over there in that Chicago Public League in Illinois. Shout out the IHSA, bringing some really quality D1 athletes here into the Big Ten.
Swing and a miss, a strikeout for Gossett.
And those are the kind of at-bats that Julia Gossett has to try to replicate. She was able to hang in there, throw some stuff close to the plate, but then right there on the payoff pitch, throwing that one low and outside, getting the batter to chase for her first strikeout of the game.
55 punch-outs on the season for Gossett. 2 outs on the board here in the top of the first. That runner, Nader, still at first base. And a called strike on the first pitch for Katie, excuse me.
Well, and Northwestern, with the 9 runs that they scored yesterday, they still left 5 runners on base. So no one is perfect, and neither are the Wildcats, but Boilermakers giving them more opportunities to drive runners in here.
That one up, no throw coming in. It's Ryan Ross keeping the runners honest.
Well, and that's a hard throw to make on a left-handed batter. If it was a right-handed batter, you can step down the line and make that throw, but you have to throw over the left-handed batter, and so you see there making the choice not to throw over Hannah Katie.
Teasing the throw over to second, keeping her from taking off. It's 1-1 with 2 outs. Katie will foul it back into the net. Katie hits .250 with 2 outs. Has 25 RBI this season.
Yeah, the senior infielder from Clarkston, Michigan was 1 for 3 yesterday with a run scored. A nice idea there from Gossett, trying to get the left-handed Katie to chase on the same pitch that she struck out her teammate Zidak on in the previous at-bat. See what she goes to here on the 2-2.
That one can't paint the edge, another full count.
Well, and I like the idea, though. She went to that same pitch, the outside. It just wasn't low enough to get Katie to want to put the bat off the shoulder, but a 3-2 count here again. See how it pays off for the Boilermakers.
It went in the favor of Purdue's defense in the very first batter. Kansas Robinson lined out to first. That one's going to be popped up and into the glove of the second baseman, Ashlyn Campbell. So the Boilers strand 1 in the first inning, scoreless as we head to the bottom. Purdue at the plate for the first time when we come back.
Fans, your safety is our top priority. Please be aware of foul balls during today's game. If you see a foul ball, please return it to the marketing table.
Sure that head coach Maggie Frizzoti's hoping for a little bit more than 1 hit today as Banks digs in on 2-1.
Well, Banks is a .357 hitter, but .625 as a leadoff. Leading the Boilers in runs scored, batting average, and that on-base percentage. She's second in on-base percentage at .450.
Well, and it's a huge key to the Purdue Boilermaker offense is getting runners on base and stealing. They've led the country in stealing this season, led the conference in stealing, but it's hard to steal bags when you don't get anybody on base.
Low and away. What's even more impressive is that she's hitting .350 in Big Ten play.
Yeah, and it's a catalyst to why the Boilermakers are in the position that they're in the Big Ten standings right now is the leadoff hitting of Chloe Banks.
She'll pop that one, drifting foul on the left side. No play to be made as it falls into the Purdue dugout and near one of our camera operators.
I was just going to say that bounced off the leg. It looked like it bounced off the leg of the cameraman. Hazard pay down there, cameraman. Hazard pay.
Banks has started 41 of the 42 games played, including today. She'll foul that one back again. Full count still after a foul ball.
And she's doing a good job getting the bat on the ball. She's just not able to straighten it out. There's some spots out there. There's a nice spot out there in right center. The Wildcats are in a little bit of a shift with the center fielder. If Banks is able to poke that one in, that could be extra bases.
Just her second season in conference play. She'll ground that one to second. Quick throw to first and an easy out number 1 for Northwestern. A good working for an at-bat, but the pitcher comes up with the win in that interaction.
Yeah, and that's been the trend here this weekend in this matchup with the Boilermakers and the Wildcats, is the Wildcats allowing the Boilermakers to put bat on ball, but their defensible plays where they are able to make plays, and you see there for out number 1. And the hitting struggles continue for the Boilermakers.
Well, Ashlyn Campbell, who made the play to end the top of the first for Purdue, has been stellar as a freshman this season. Was named Big Ten Freshman of the Week back on March 4th, but she's hit .340 or above in the last 19 consecutive games. That was entering the week. I'm not sure if that number has changed following Friday's loss. Well, I guess it has, considering she did not get a hit against Northwestern.
Well, Ashlyn Campbell was the second of the two hits for the Boilermakers yesterday, so it's interesting that Maggie Frizzotti is switching the lineup and putting her 2 hits together.
She'll pop out to short for out number 2.
Your left fielder, 44, Mariah Polar.
Yeah, and that's just another play. It doesn't even leave the infield. A nice job by the Wildcats, able to track that one down and get under it for out number 2. And Bridget Donahue doing it at the plate and in the field.
Now Mariah Polar, who is the exciting freshman from left field, who has spent a lot of time in the leadoff spot for Purdue this season, now at number 3.
I was going to say, I wonder how she feels about batting out of the 3-hole. She's been the leadoff all season for the Purdue Boilermakers, so it'll be interesting to see how she hits out of the 3-hole spot.
Well, her numbers say that she's pretty comfortable, hitting .301 this season as she takes a strike 2. She hits .429 with 2 outs, but she's in a hole right now, behind in the count.
And that's something that these Boilermaker hitters have to do. They can't leave the bat on the shoulder. They have to try to hit the ball.
You got nothing to lose if you're going to stay in this series. She'll watch that one come in for ball 1 on the edge.
Well, it's quite the contrary. The Boilermakers have everything to gain in this series because, when you're Northwestern sitting at the top looking down at everyone, the Boilermakers are trying to scratch and claw their way up. And Alex,
go ahead.
And Alex, these are the kind of games that the Boilermakers need, as Maggie Frizzotti's come in this season trying to change the culture of this program, and a program that's not used to winning. And so this is how you change this culture, is winning big games against good teams.
That one's going to be popped in and drop into right. That's a base hit. She's heading for 2 as they are hanging it on. She's going to go for 3. They lost it at the warning track, and that's a triple for Mariah Polar, her 6th of the season.
Yeah, just a beautiful piece of hitting there from Polar. Able to hang in there on that pitch and drive that into that gap in right center I was talking about on the shift that they had on the previous at bat. Gets it all the way to the wall. And you see there, when you hit that ball to the wall, you're looking at extra bases, and Polar now at 3rd.
That was an easy double, but she turned on the jets, went for 3rd as that one kind of fell back at the warning track, and now that's a Big Ten leading 6th triple for Mariah Polar.
Well, it puts you in a good position now. The first run of the game is 60 feet away, so a base hit is going to score and give the Boilermakers an early lead, a lead they did not have yesterday in Game 1.
Ryan Ross, only 9 RBI this season. She'll watch that one fall in for strike 2.
And only 1 RBI, or 9 RBI this season, but she's had a couple of really nice games in the last couple of weeks. And Maggie Frizzotti said this week on the Purdue softball podcast, this team is not flashy but efficient, and looking for efficiency but not going to get it there.
She swung and missed. That is strikeout number 16 for Ross. The Boilermakers left 3 stranded yesterday, and they'll start with 1 here as we get through the first inning. What a strikeout coming from Cammie Henry. She's got 1 to start us off, and we'll go scoreless as we move to the second here on Big Ten Plus. a 6th triple of the season. That's the best of the Big Ten. She's also leading the conference in stolen bases with 17. She's been on the SportsCenter top 10 already this year with a diving catch. She had a big play out in left field last night with that diving catch in that 9-0 loss. She's just been all over it as a freshman.
Yeah, the freshman from Pearland, Texas has been all that in a bag of chips for Maggie Frizzotti's Purdue Boilermaker team this season. And we were joking about this before we came on the air today, Alex, that Mariah Poehler makes amazing catches every game. It's become routine for her in left field.
Started all 36 games. She'll get a called strike. Julia Gossett way ahead with the 0-2.
Yeah, and that's what Gossett needs to do. She needs to be able to manage these hitters, manage the counts at the plate, and try to stay ahead of these Northwestern hitters and not let them get comfortable there in the box.
She's gone looking. 3 pitches, and that's strikeout number 2 for Gossett.
2 in the game, 56th on the season, and it has to feel good for Julia Gossett coming out here playing a lot better here early in game 2 than she did in game 1.
That one found the corner, and it's a little added entertainment value from home plate umpire Whitney Fulvin. Nice little punch-out call there.
Hey, we like those animated calls because we've seen some umpires that you can't even tell what they're calling behind home plate.
I'm going to bring up Donahue, who had the amazing day yesterday. 2 for 2, 2 home runs, and 4 RBI. We talked about it a lot already in the open.
Oh, yeah, she was locked in yesterday. We'll see how she's feeling here in game 2.
Gossett pitching inside near the legs of Donahue. We'll go with a 2-0.
You see those video game numbers silly right there. 1.158 OPS. 8 home runs.
She's trying to paint the edges, but she's been off the mark with a 3-0. Donahue has only been walked 27 times this year in her 80 at-bats.
Well, I mean, based on how she was hitting the ball yesterday, do you blame her going away from her like that and not giving her anything close?
Yeah, pitch away from her all day. That one's a called strike. Donahue has struck out 24 times. She's a very careful hitter. 13 extra base hits, including 8 home runs. That time she'll fill the count with a hack.
And that was a beautiful off-speed pitch there from Julia Gossett, coming at her with the heat early on, then fooling her with a little bit of off-speed stuff. And that's the control. That's the control she didn't have yesterday, and being able to put those pitches where they're going to fool the hitters.
That'll be ball 4. So Gossett did a good job working her way back into that at-bat, but she'll put a runner on first. 28 walks of the season for Donahue.
Designated player, number 12, Izzy Cunha.
And the designated player, Izzy Cunha, will come up to the plate.
Well, and those are the kind of at-bats that Julia Gossett has to win, or she has to win the majority of. You don't want to put runners on base with this Northwestern batting order and the way they can hit the ball.
That one fouled high in the sky. I lost that one in the clouds for a moment, but it's strike 1.
Looks like a nice souvenir down there.
Wind starting to pick up in the outfield, blowing outside the stadium. Gusts of around 18 miles an hour today on a real feel of 45. That one popped up high. Gonna die in mid-center field. That'll keep the runner at first and put a second out up on the board here in the top of the second.
Yeah, a nice job there with Gossett being able to pitch around and get that into a playable ball, and a nice play there in center field by Kiara Dillon.
Muno, who hits .219, will come to the plate. Muno was 0 for 2 in Friday's matchup, left on base once.
Yeah, pregame she was the designated player, and then a little change right before the game started, moving over to first. Not
a strong slugger. Only 4 extra base hits, 2 doubles and 2 home runs, good for 9 RBI.
Yeah, she's the only one of this batting order of the Wildcats that doesn't have double-digit RBI this season.
She's got a 2-0. She'll swing, pop it up. Gossett can't let it fall. It'll go fair. Excuse me, it drops fair, but it'll drift foul.
The Northwestern faithful here in West Lafayette are trying to tell home plate umpire Whitney Fulvin that catcher Ryan Ross hit it. We'll have to take a look here and see it bounces. Both of them. Get away, get away.
Last inning, the Boilers ended it with a little line drive up to Campbell. Runner going to second, throw coming in, and she'll be safe. That is a stolen base for Donahue. Her 7th of the season. She is perfect, 7 for 7 in stolen base attempts this year.
Yeah, and it was still a great throw from Ryan Ross, but not able to beat out the speed there of Donahue. A nice job there for the Wildcats to get a runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
You don't need the numbers and the analytics to tell you that aggressive base running leads to more wins if you're successful. That one falls in for strike 2. Full count with 2 outs. Now that runner in scoring position.
That's that risk-reward paradox, Alex. You can't get the reward if you don't put some risk out there, and the Wildcats risking it here, #1 in the Big Ten.
Top 25 in the nation. Number 21 Wildcats visiting West Lafayette. And a punch out. Julia Gossett. 3 punch outs in 2 innings to start. Northwestern still scoreless, something they couldn't say yesterday in that 9-0 win. Gossett is dealing inside the circle. Purdue back at the plate in a moment. It's Kendall Bailey inside the batter's box. Facing an 0-1, make it an 0-2. Cammie Henry with the first 2 pitches going for strikes.
Yeah, and Cammie Henry ate the Wheaties this morning. She is fired up. Saw at the end of that last inning coming out of the circle, and she's ready to go here today for the Cats.
Kendall Bailey with a hard ball drifting foul to the left side. She hit .714 as the leadoff hitter. Only 6 hits to show for it, though, this season. Got a lefty on righty matchup. The batter swings and misses. That's the 10th strikeout of the year for Bailey. She'll give a whisper into Sage Scarmardo's ear as she heads back to the dugout 0 for 1.
Yeah, and not enough can be said about today's starting pitcher, Cammie Henry, starting out on fire. Her 2nd strikeout of the start, but only 1 hit so far.
Low and away for Scarmardo, 1-0 for #1.
And Sage Scarmardo, the everyday third basewoman for the Purdue Boilermakers, 859 OPS, just 16 RBI this season.
She'll pop that one up, drifting into shallow right field, and it's hauled in by the center fielder, Iona, Lindsay. First time we've called her name here today.
Yeah, and the struggles continue for the Boilermakers, and something that I've noticed here, number 14, Cammie Henry in the circle. The more the Wildcats play, the more plays they make for her, the more fired up she's getting. You don't want her having that confidence as this game wears on.
She'll put that one high in the sky. Tyrina Jones coming to the plate for Purdue. One of the fan favorites of last season. Tremendous offensive contributor for the Boilermaker offense in that 2022-23 season.
Yeah, and the numbers kind of throw you off a little bit. You don't expect the 7-hole hitter coming in with 20 RBI. Jones 2nd on the team.
She'll take a swing for strike 1. 2-1 count for Jones. Called strike 2.
These Boilermaker hitters need to get the bat off the shoulder and start swinging at some pitches, even some bad swings, if you will. But the more motivation you're giving Cammie Henry in the circle.
Tyrina Jones takes a swing and a miss. Cammie Henry with 3 punch-outs, now up to 15 on the season. And Northwestern gets through a 1-2-3 inning back at the plate after that amazing work from Cammie Henry. Lindsay, the center fielder, will lead off here in the top of the 3rd inning. A quick 1-2-3 from the Boilermaker offense. They're back on the defensive side of things. And Julia Gossett, she's had a pretty good start to this game, giving up only 1 hit and a walk, but punching out 3 of the 8 batters she's faced.
Yeah, in comparison to yesterday, 2 2/3, 4 hits and 5 earned runs. A better start here for Gossett than what's turning into, Alex, a pitcher's duel.
2-0 for Gossett. Check swing, but it falls in. Lindsay, who's only struck out 17 times this year, also been walked 17 times. A nice little ratio for the hitter. She's .237 average on the season, starting every game she's played.
Yeah, and Alex, she was 1 for 1 yesterday. She had 1 run scored. So she's doing her job, an RBI as well. So the numbers aren't gaudy, but they're enough to get the job done.
A junior from Iowa City, Iowa. Watches a full count come in. She's appeared on the SportsCenter top 10 list as well, with a couple diving catches on February 9th and most recently on April 6th, matching that of, Mariah Poehler for Purdue. A couple outfielders making big plays. That one is going to be lined hard into the Purdue dugout. That fence doing some magic to keep the Boilermaker bench safe from that ball.
Well, in the English on the ball coming off the bat of Lindsay, it kind of wrapped the ball over the protective railing and went into the dugout. So thankfully everybody was able to get out of the way.
It's going to pop up, drifting into right field. It'll be hauled in by Chloe Banks to put out number 1 up on the board.
Yeah, and that was a great job from Banks over there in right field. Has the speed, has the ability, able to call off the second baseman and Ashlyn Campbell to make the call you see here, calling it off and making the run down. A nice job there, an efficient defensive play by the right fielder of the Boilermakers.
Well, this Purdue defense has been so communicative this year. That's the 3rd play we've seen in that shallow right center field area. One's gone to Campbell, one's gone to Dillon, one's gone to Banks now. They're doing the right things, and that's why they're one of the best defenses in the Big Ten. Yeah,
and that's a true testament to Maggie Frizzotti and this new program that she has implemented here this season for the Boilermakers, and you can definitely see it in the field and the speed that they have in the outfield.
One for Robinson. Back to the top of the order, Kansas Robinson. 0 for 1. She lined out to first base in the very first at bat.
Yeah, and I think it's a win for the Purdue Boilermakers. I mean, after losing 9-0 yesterday, but a win that they've been able to get Kansas Robinson out the way that they have. She has not really hurt them, but that just is a true testament to the lineup that the Wildcats have.
Well, there's still time for Robinson to show those true colors. Just her second at-bat, or plate appearance, I should say, of this ball game. She had 4 yesterday, going 1 for 4. She'll ground that one, over to short. Pop over to Olivia McFadden, and that's 2 plays coming from McFadden on Robinson.
Yeah, and again, Julia Gossett is doing a really good job putting this ball in spots where Northwestern can get the bat on the ball. You see here going away from Robinson, and Robinson isn't able to get a lot of power on that off the end of the bat, and then it's playable over there for Jones at short.
2 gone as Nader comes to the plate. That's a hard fastball coming in for strike 1.
And those defensive plays are motivation for Julia Gossett there. You see, she's motivated inside that circle, seeing her defense stand strong behind her and make plays.
Yeah, both these pitchers kind of riding the momentum of their defense right now.
And you see it translating there in back-to-back strikes from Gossett, and it's giving her that extra motivation to put the ball in the right spot.
Gossett with 3 punch-outs already. Will be fouled off and come back off the top of Bittinger Stadium. Nader will hold up and take ball 1.
Ooh, that one was close. Looking for that outside corner, just missing. She's slowly inching her way in, trying to find the right spot.
Another foul ball. That one popped high, drifting into the bullpen for Northwestern. No play to be made. So the 1-2 remains at the plate. 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. We're still scoreless as Nader, who singled in the 1st inning, looking to get back on base. She'll catch ball 2 on the edge.
Both the balls in this at-bat have been that outside pitch where she's just missing. And again, I understand the way that Nader's been hitting the ball. You don't want to give her anything too close to the plate, but Nader's not chasing right now.
Down and away, a full count. Patience as a hitter, it can rattle your opponent. And now Nader just 1 pitch away from putting another man on. She'll take it up high and get a free base. So she's been to the base in both her plate appearances. Only 1 for 1 as the walk won't go down as a true plate appearance. But it's the 13th time she's gotten a walk this year.
Yeah, and that's a great job by Kelsey Nader, going behind in the count 0-2 and then able to fight that off with a couple of foul balls and then draw the walk, a 2-out walk. And that's where the Wildcats did a lot of their damage yesterday, was with 2 outs.
Now Angela Zedak back at the plate. Head coach Drohan has said that she's really an anchor for the offensive lineup this season. She gets excited every time she steps into the batter's box, and right now she's got a 1-0 with 1 on. Inside again, 2-0.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to be excited about with a .327 batting average and 8 home runs. Someone who can come up to the plate and does a lot of damage. 0 for 1 today, but struck out swinging because of the way she can hit the ball.
Gossett allowing a .289 average with 2 outs.
I know it's only a 0-0 game here in the 3rd, but this is an at-bat that Julia Gossett needs to try to get the Boilermakers out of this.
That one's going to be popped into right and hauled in by Chloe Banks. A much-needed defensive play. Gossett gets out of the inning, and they strand one in the field again. Purdue's defense not going away, but we're still scoreless. We'll see what the offense can do when we come back.
ERA numbers here, and we've seen it all weekend long here on Big Ten Plus. They have an incredible pitching staff, and Cami Henry coming back in the start of this bottom of the third doing the same.
Henry with a 3.82 this season. Finished out her career with DePaul, excuse me, as that one's popped high into right center. Is it going back at the wall? It's hauled in. No big play for Purdue. It's a fly out.
Yeah, great job there by Nader, the right fielder. Back on her horse, tracking that one down, and an easy grab right at the track and the wall. And a sigh of relief for the Wildcats, but the Boilermakers thought they had one there. The air kind of sucked out of this place for a second off that bat.
Well, Nader already saw a big play go down with Polar's triple, her 6th triple of the year earlier this season. Henry will get strike one from Kiara Dillon. I was saying about Henry at DePaul, she spent 4 years of undergrad at DePaul with a 71-18 record. She had a 1.71 ERA in those 4 years, striking out just a touch over 700 batters in her time in undergrad.
Well, and you can see why here, why Kate Drohan wanted her. Another strikeout for the Wildcats starter Henry, and wow, what a start.
Kiara Dillon's gone looking, and Cami Henry with her 4th punch out of the game.
And she is all power, man, and all energy, and that's, you can see why having a pitcher like that leading your charge defensively can fire up a defense. She has been a firecracker today inside the circle.
Those strike threes have really seemed to fuel her as she gets another called strike one from Banks.
Well, and it's demoralizing for the batting team, because you see what it does to that pitcher, knowing that she may get a little extra MPH on the fastball from being energized from the way her team's playing.
Well, Purdue hasn't really been stellar in the swinging game here. As that ball gets away, Banks is going to head over to second. She'll slide in safe, and that one, we'll see if that one's chalked up as an error or not, but a great bunt initially. It looked like she was going to reach either way, but the errant throw put her at second.
Well, and these are the kind of plays that the Boilermakers need to catch Northwestern off guard again. First baseman throwing to the second baseman, not used to making that throw, and then an errant throw and an error as Banks is aboard now, and the Boilermakers have an opportunity to get the first run across the board.
They already let one opportunity go by as the catcher Ryan Ross struck out when when Polar was on third.
And the Boilermakers left 3 stranded yesterday, and I know that 3 doesn't equate to 9, but when you're able to get those runs across the board that are on the base, they start adding up as you go along here in this game, and another opportunity for the Boilermakers to try to strike first against the best team in the Big Ten.
Well, Campbell's already behind 0-2. Make it a 1-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Still scoreless, but Purdue with the runner in scoring position for the 2nd time today. Again, another lefty on righty action here with Campbell to Henry. She'll watch that one on the edge, and it's 2-2.
And again, the same situation. There's a gap in right center. Northwestern's in a little bit of a shift. They have their center fielder to the left. If Campbell can poke that one in, there was a triple as a result of a hit into that gap earlier on, and this one would score a run.
That one's going to be popped into center field and hauled in for out number 3. 1 left in scoring position. The 2nd time today Purdue has failed to push one across. Scoreless through 3. Purdue heads back to the field on Big Ten Plus.
A lot better of a start than she had yesterday. Already given up a couple of those runs, 2 1/3 yesterday. She's already starting her 4th inning of work here today, and a lot of difference a day can make. 1 hit, only given up 1 hit, 3 innings pitched, and 3 strikeouts, 12 batters faced.
She's looking at a 2-0 at Katie. Katie, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to second base here in the first inning of this ball game. And that's a quick 3-0 for Gossett. She's already walked 2 batters here today, struck out 3, which has been the most impressive part. Not giving up hits, but you don't want to be putting runners on either.
Well, and that's the benefit that she's had with her pitches today is she fell behind, and you're right, she has walked a couple of batters, but hasn't given up the big swing or given up a hit to follow those walks. So the Wildcats still only with 1 hit, not able to capitalize on the mistakes from Gossett.
There goes strike 1 on the edge. Katie, a senior from Clarkston, Michigan. .267 career batting average. She'll take a swing and a foul ball, fill the count as the leadoff hitter here in the 4th.
And Gossett fell behind 3 straight balls, and now back-to-back strikes to bring the count full. And this is an opportunity for her to get one of those batters out of the way right away and not walk them down to first.
Katie's been a 2-time All-Big Ten recipient at third base these last few years. She'll foul it off into the stands. Press the reset button on the defensive field and still fill the count. Back-to-back foul balls in the same spot, just drifting it over the Purdue dugout. The Northwestern dugout is getting pretty rowdy there, rattling off the cage and the fence. Somebody getting loose over in the bullpen. A line shot into right field, hauled in by Banks. The last few plays have gone over to Chloe Banks in right field, and that'll put the first out on the board here in the 4th.
Yeah, an exhale from Julia Gossett off the bat. That one looked strong, but it just dies over there in right field, and a nice job by Chloe Banks making the sure-handed catch. And Alex, just an update you were talking about as we take a look inside the rowdy Wildcat dugout there. Over in the bullpen for the Wildcats, Lauren Curry, right-hander, warming up in the bullpen for the Wildcats.
Now it's Emma Ray, the catcher. Some righty on righty. Ray started 33 games at catcher this year. And you talked about it earlier, Craig. Caught 8 runners stealing, which is good for 3rd in the Big Ten. She's a force to be reckoned with on defense.
Yeah, she caught 3 runners in 1 game on Wednesday night, this past Wednesday night in a midweek against the Illinois Fighting Illini. There was no steal for you, and she's doing it behind the plate this afternoon, trying to get it going here with her bat here in the 4th.
3rd on the team in home runs with 7 this year. Let's take that one low and inside for a 2-2.
I like that last at bat there. She tried leaning that back leg a little bit towards the plate, just hoping that the ball would graze the inside of the shin, but not able to get the batter's call there.
She'll put that one past the pitcher, squeaks into center field, and that's a base hit for Ray.
Yeah, and that's just a beautiful piece of hitting on a 2-2 count. And she's able to drive that one out of the reach of Gossett, and that one's able to squirt its way into center field. And those are the kind of at-bats the Wildcats have put themselves in position to be as successful as they have this season, because now only 1 out, a runner aboard, and you have the meat of your lineup in.
And now the purple heavy crowd is starting to get into it here as Donahue comes back to the plate. Was walked in that first plate appearance. This Northwestern fan base certainly has traveled well here today, making up the majority of the color in the stand. Not a lot of black and gold, a lot of purple and white here today.
Hey, there's a lot to support here with this Northwestern Wildcat team. 140.7 miles from Evanston, Illinois to West Lafayette, Indiana. So a nice short 2.5-hour drive down I-90 to I-65. Yeah, Alex, when we were pulling up here to the stadium today, the first thing I noticed were the flags from the Northwestern fans, and the tailgate was a huge event here today in the parking lot at Bittinger Stadium. So as you mentioned, the Wildcats travel, and they travel well, and they travel in style.
They don't mess around up in Evanston. They're true softball fans. That's strike 3. Another one gone looking. Gossett now with 4 punch-outs on the day.
And that has to feel really good from Julia Gossett, getting that strikeout against Donahue, the power that Donahue has, and the way that she hit her yesterday. And right there you see a beautiful fastball right at the knees, and Donahue has nothing for her as Gossett sits her down, her 4th K.
25 strikeouts for Donahue this season. That's a team high. Another called strike 1 for Gossett. Cunha, a designated player at the plate. Still a runner on base with Ray after her little roly-poly up into center field.
Yeah, and Cunha struggling here at the plate today. It was 2 for 2 yesterday at a home run against Julia Gossett. Almost able to find one there, but fouled into the dugout again.
Nearly put it in the perfect spot down the left field line, but it drifted foul. Cunha is a outfielder from Oak Lawn, Illinois. Big Ten Freshman of the Week back on April 8th. She hit .375 with extra base hits in all 3 matchups against the Michigan Wolverines. No throw from Ross to first, and it's a 1-2 at the plate.
Yeah, nice cat and mouse game with Ross there behind the plate, and Ray, the other catcher, down at first base. So some respect from Ray diving back.
Time called.
It was an odd time for a time to be called. It seemed like the Gossett was getting ready to deliver the pitch, but
that one is delivered way outside for a 2-2. A little bit of a fun fact about Cunha. She went to the same high school, Marist High School, as Angela Zedak, and last year she broke Marist High School's single-season home run record with 23 to pass Angela Zedak at 22. She'll ground that one. It'll roll foul.
that nice little nugget you gave us there sounded like a nice Schmiddle of the inning trivia question, the aptly named for our broadcast partner Charlie Schmidgall.
That one is going to be fair. Grounded to Jones. It'll take a bounce over at first, and it gets away from McFadden. That's going to push Ray to third. She's sliding in, and she is safe. Ray took advantage and was aggressive, moving herself deep into scoring position as that ball got away from McFadden on the bounce coming from Jones.
And that was a really close play you see there, and I don't know about that one, Alex. It looks like Scarmardo was able to get the tag on the back of Ray. That's a tough call for the Boilermaker fans. As it appeared, the tag was made, but after a brief conversation, it looks like the umpire, we take another look at it right here, Alex. Tell me what you see.
I see that runner coming in. You don't see contact. You can't see the glove. We don't have a good angle, but you see that finger right there on the base. And to me, from that angle, it looks like they both just slide around each other at the worst possible distance for the third baseman, Scarmardo. But after the umpires come together and talk about it, they're going to rule the runner safe. So now they're on the corners.
Zaborski, the other catcher on the lineup, a 5'5" junior from South Lyon, Michigan.
Zaborski, a junior from South Lyon, Michigan. Only made 7 starts in 2023. Watches a strike 2 come in. Gossett has gotten herself ahead in a lot of counts in this inning, but right now she's in a tough spot. The go-ahead run for Northwestern is at third base.
Well, I was just going to say that's why Zaborski hasn't gotten the playing time that she probably has earned, and that's because of the woman standing 60 feet away at third base, the everyday catcher for the Wildcats, and Emma Ray.
Well, Zaborski only with 3 hits this year. No RBI. That one inside, she's gone looking. Make it 5 for Gossett. She gets out of a pinch. Boilers standing tall on defense.
A beautiful pitch with 2 aboard, and right at the knees, Gossett able to get the strikeout. The Wildcats leave 2 more stranded, and we head to the bottom of the 4th, knotted up at 0 here on Big Ten Plus.
Has some momentum working against her. This Purdue team is fired up after Gossett punches out her 5th to end the inning.
Yeah, and that's the one negative, if you can draw any negatives from the way this Northwestern team is playing, is yesterday they left 5 runners on base. Today they've already left 4. And so the Boilermakers defense standing tall, as you said, and now they have to come up here and answer at the plate and get something going offensively for themselves.
Foul ball for an 0-2. Yesterday, Northwestern put up 3 runs in the 2nd, 2 runs in the 3rd, and then 1 in the 4th. We're already through 4 innings, and the Wildcats are scoreless, at least for more Northwestern.
Yeah, but the Boilermakers are only going to hold them off for so long. They have to be able to respond with some offense of their own.
Ball 1 goes up high. Polar hits .369 as a leadoff hitter. Couple foul balls in a row here for Polar, still with that 1-2 count. This Purdue team has been hit by pitch 37 times this season. It's the 4th most in program history. We haven't seen any lack of control from Cammie Henry, but sometimes they can just pop out at you. That one's a grounder. Over to second. Flip to first. Out number 1.
Yeah, nice job there from Henry to put the ball in a nice spot, and Polar wasn't able to extend that one into the outfield as she did on the previous at bat. So another batter up and batter down for the Wildcats. The Boilermaker is still searching for something offensively.
Ryan Ross, the cleanup hitter, who struck out back in the 1st. Foul it off on that first pitch.
Yeah, and Ross, the everyday catcher for the Purdue Boilermakers, started coming on here the last couple of weeks offensively at the plate. Does a really nice job for the Boilermakers defensively, but her bat started to wake up here as it's gotten warmer here in West Lafayette.
It's a called strike 2.
Cammie Henry is saying, I'll take some of that momentum back from you there.
Last week, Ryan Ross had a career weekend. Career high 2 doubles. Coming on each of her first trips to the plate, including an RBI on that 2nd hit. And she also scored a run. It's a part of that series win against Illinois, the Fighting Illini. Boilers took the first 2 games before dropping the 3rd 1-4. Then they went and split a doubleheader at Indiana.
Well, and that's what's put them in position the last couple of weeks to be successful in the Big Ten race. And 3 consecutive Big Ten series wins. They split with Indiana on Wednesday night. They have a program record most wins in Big Ten play with 7. They're 1 shy of the program record, which was 8. And I mean, even with the loss yesterday, they're 9 of their last 13
Ross making contact, but 3 consecutive foul balls.
Well, the Northwestern fans were booing one of their own there as one of the purple shirts wasn't able to hold on to the ball.
You'll see Maggie Frizzotti, head coach in her first year with Purdue. Served as an assistant coach running the defense the last few years. Ryan Ross gone swinging for a second time. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Take another look at it.
Yeah, and Cammie Henry is absolutely powerful inside the circle today, and she is continuing to let these Boilermaker hitters know about it as she is fired up. 5 strikeouts, as you said, so far, and again, only 2 hits.
So now Henry matching Gossett with 5 of her own. And that ball is going to hit Bailey, make it 38 hit by pitch on the year.
And we're not going to say that you willed that into existence, but we talked about it earlier on in this inning of, a pitcher starting to get a little tired, a little wild, and you see here Henry, who's had some nice control here all day long, and she just puts it right on the elbow of Kendall Bailey, and the Boilermakers will take that with 2 outs, and now their opportunity to do something here with 2 outs.
Scarmardo with 16 RBI this season. That squeaks under the glove of the first baseman. They crept in, and that runner Bailey goes to third. That ball gets away. They're going to keep her, though, as the dugout fence kept it near to the play.
And a nice job from Scarmardo. First pitch swinging, able to rip that one, but a tough call there. You see there, nice job, able to skirt past the first baseman and Cunha, but right there, Kendall Bailey wanted to go. The throw was just too hard, bouncing off the fencing, but we'll have to see how that plays out here. The Boilermakers had an opportunity to get that first run, but holding up the runner at third. Last double from Scarmardo is their 3rd of the day here through 4.
Tyrina Jones with 20 runs driven in this season. She'll take strike 1 from Henry. Jones with the 2nd most plate appearances this season with 132 for Purdue. 32 hits total. Up and away.
Well, and this also puts pressure on the Northwestern defense. Now you see there on that last one, that one almost got away from the catcher. And they can't have a pass ball situation with the runner 60 feet away.
Important to know, Battery has now come out of the bullpen into the dugout. Jones swings and misses. You don't want to be hyper aggressive in this situation. You got 1 strike before you turn things over on the inning.
Well, Jones just needs to hold off and see her pitch and see it off the end of the bat.
She'll watch that come in outside for a 2-2.
I was just going to say this, what you don't want to have happen with this situation with 2 outs, you don't want to get caught with the bat on your shoulder. You want to be the cause or the effect of what's about to happen.
Purdue 3 for 6 with 2 outs. Jones hits 300 with runners in scoring position. She'll foul it off.
Nice job there staying alive from Jones. Again, you don't want the home plate umpire to have to call it for you. You don't want to leave the bat on the shoulder and get the called strike 3. You want to put the bat on ball.
That one smacked in, it's fair. It's going to send in Bailey. Scarmardo rounding third. And that'll halt Jones, a 2 RBI double, and Purdue's on top.
Well, momentum was in the lap of the Wildcats and Henry, but a beautiful swing right there down the third base line. And again, Alex clearing the bags, getting the 2 runs across. A 2 RBI double with 2 outs for the Boilermakers. And now the Boilermakers, for the first time this weekend, are in striking position against the Wildcats.
Now Jones with tied for the team high in doubles with 8. She's driven in her now team high 21st and 22nd RBI She scores Bailey and Scarmardo. Bailey with her 11th run of the season and 26 for Scarmardo. That's the big play that is building all day for Purdue. The tension got so thick you could have cut it with a knife. Swing and a miss from McFadden. Still 2 outs. 1 strike will put Northwestern back on offense, but they're trying to stop the bleeding here at 2. That one's going to be popped up, drifting into right field. It'll be hauled in by Nader, and the damage is done. Purdue with the lead after a big play from Tyrina Jones, the shortstop. Can Northwestern answer? We'll find out when we come back in the 5th here on Big Ten Plus.
Against the Wildcats tomorrow.
Responding to that 9-0 shutout on Friday night with a 2-0 lead over Northwestern, the top team in the Big Ten.
Well, in this inning, Alex is going to tell us a real story of how the rest of this weekend is going to go. The Wildcats aren't usually behind in games. Again, a 9-0 victory yesterday. They're behind 2-0 here. So, A, how is Northwestern going to respond to being behind? And how's Purdue going to keep the foot on the gas here and try to get a big win over the #1 team in the Big Ten Conference?
Gossett gets a strike 1. It's Lindsay, the center fielder. Lindsay 0 for 1 today. She'll watch that one come in for a ball. A little shocking there. I'm not sure if the framing was fooled me or not, but I thought that one was good enough for a strike.
Yeah, home plate umpire Whitney Fulvin's strike zone has been really small here today, and not that there isn't one or that she's, calling a lot of different pitches. It's just been very small, and the Boilermakers have not been able to get that inside corner pitch.
That time it does fall in. Evens it up at 2-2.
As I talk about it, Julia Gossett says, hey, watch this.
Lindsay hits .235 as an average. She slugs .321, and it'll drop. That's going to be a big play to start off the inning for Northwestern. They're trying to pull a triple of their own, and they get it. Both teams pull 3.
Yeah, and Lindsay with a huge at-bat, able to poke that one over the head of Polar in the outfield, and wow, what a beautifully placed ball. And Lindsay awakens the dugout of the Wildcats as she breathes some life.
Now a mound visit from Purdue after a big play given up to the visiting team.
Twitch reaction and pulled Julia Gossett. She's pitched 4 innings, only given up 3 hits, 5 strikeouts.
But now a roller into center field and an RBI single puts Northwestern on the board. That lead is now cut to 1. 5 innings of work. Purdue put up 4 great innings, and they finally score 2 in the 4th, and now that good work is just kind of being drifted away by Northwestern's efficient offense here, starting to find a spark.
Well, and the way you have to look at it if you're the Purdue Boilermakers is Northwestern is going to score, Northwestern is going to hit. It's only 1 run, so you still hold a 2-1 lead. Now you have to dig in here, and you have to get out of the inning and not let 1 turn into 5, 6, 7. And that's what Northwestern is really good at, is turning 1 or 2 runs or an opportunity into multiples. And so the Boilermakers just need to lock down here with 1 aboard and no outs and start getting outs.
32 RBI for Robinson. She drove in the first run for Northwestern. Tying run aboard. Go ahead now at the plate. 0-2. For the batter at the plate, it's Nader, who is 1 for 1 today. Nader singled in the first and was walked in the 3rd. Low and away.
Well, and you were talking about Robinson, and Robinson, so good, over 400 this season. She's going to get hers. She had 1 hit and RBI yesterday, and now to follow that up with another hit and RBI here today. So the numbers aren't gaudy, but she's going to get it done when she needs to.
Gossett pitching a little bit timid there, putting 2 on the outside, evening up the count. No outs with a runner on.
Well, and this is a big out here for the Purdue Boilermakers. It's getting the first one. That one's the hardest.
That'll be a grounder to Campbell. They'll try to turn 2. They get her at second. No chance to turn 2, so a fielder's choice will put the first out on the board.
Well, and that's a great play. The Boilermakers able to get the lead runner, but it's a play that I'm sure Ashlyn Campbell would love to have back. The second baseman made the play on the ground ball, but she double pumped. When she got the ball off the ground, she didn't grab it and throw it right away, as you see here. She's going to double pump right here and then make the throw. If she makes that throw right away, it gives the Boilermakers an opportunity to get 2.
Well, Purdue already with a defensive error, not wanting to give Northwestern any kind of wiggle room for additional runs to get back in this game. So they get the out, they keep one, on base, but at least it's at first, not in scoring position.
Exactly, and that's the thing. That you want to try to get the lead runner. You don't want them getting close to second or third again, as they did to lead off this inning. And now you have one out, so now the double play ball is back in play, where you can get out of the inning, only giving up 1 run and 1 hit.
Zidak at the plate. She'll ground that one to Jones. They'll flip it to second. Now there's a chance to turn 2. The runner is safe at first. So a couple fielders' choice have put up 2 outs.
And again, that's a great job by Purdue's infield, able to make a play on an easy ground ball. You get the lead runner. Now you're 2 outs. You only need 1. You only need the runner at the plate, and you don't have to worry about the runner on first base.
Called strike 1. Coming for Katie. Gossett with a pitch count approaching 90. You're gone 4 2/3 innings pitched here in this game. She's gotten out of some tough situations already today. Right now she's only got 1 runner on, but would like to see the scoring stop at 1.
Well, and this is why you have Julia Gossett in this position, as you take a look down there at the Boilermaker bullpen. But this is why you have Julia Gossett in these positions, and head coach Maggie Frizzotti knows this. Trying to have your veteran in there and leading the way, but she's struggling with that outside pitch. Not able to find the zone. I understand why she's throwing it, but again, it's just not there for her.
Maddie Ellish, the righty in the bullpen. And they walk her. Katie with her first walk of the day, 16th of the season. That's now the 3rd batter walked by Gossett today. And now that go-ahead run is aboard at first. Tying run moves into scoring position.
And now it makes things a little tougher. You have runners on first and second, but this is another great opportunity. You only need 1 out. So a fly ball, a ground ball, Julia Gossett with a strikeout. You have to attack the hitter, Ray, and trying to get this 3rd out here. And the Wildcats have struggled. They struggled yesterday and today with leaving runners aboard. Multiple innings thus far here in this game where they've left runners on, so the Wildcats aren't invincible.
No such thing as an unbeatable team, but when you've only lost 1 game in conference play thus far, when you're the most dominant force in the Big Ten for multiple years running, it gets a little bit intimidating trying to hang on to that lead. That one's a grounder squeaking through. They'll turn it over to second and end the inning. Purdue gets out of a bind, but the Wildcats are on the board. I got a feeling they're going to be knocking on the door looking for a quick inning on defense. We'll see if Purdue can keep that scoring going. We're moving on to the bottom of the 5th when we come back. Well, Northwestern was able to put up a run in the top of the 5th inning. Purdue still with the lead as they head to the plate, and they've been much better this game in hitting with runners on as opposed to yesterday.
Yeah, 0 for 8 yesterday with runners on base. Today, 2 for 5, and that 2 runs right now is remaining to be the difference. They hold a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 5th.
That first pitch coming from Cammie Henry, who's still occupying that circle space, giving up 4 hits and 2 earned runs today, but she has struck out 5.
Yeah, I think it would be a tough sledding there for Kate Drohan to try to get Cammie Henry out of the game, as fired up as she's been here today and trying to finish things off here in her Saturday start for the Wildcats.
Kiara Dillon working with a 1-1 at the plate. She'll pop that one up. There is a chance for a play, and it's hauled in by the second baseman, Kansas Robinson.
Yeah, Kansas Robinson getting that RBI in the bottom or the top half of this inning and making some nice plays defensively for the Wildcats.
Chloe Banks back at the plate. This will be her 3rd plate appearance of the game. Almost said the season. She'll take strike 1. Banks with 114 at-bats this year, 41 hits, 32 runs scored, and 15 runs driven in. That one's going to stay fair. She's going to make it all the way to first. She was already at the base before they even scooped that ball up.
Yeah, and that's what we call the old swing bunt. She was able to tap that one lightly down the third baseline. The sophomore from Orange Park, Florida, getting it done for the Boilermakers. And again, you don't even see her in the screen there as she's zoomed past.
Got some real speed, not too shabby on the base running either. 19 of 23 for stolen bases this year.
I think Banks fits just fine in the near the motorsports capital of the world. And
an 0-2 now for Ashlyn Campbell, and the home crowd is starting to get frustrated with the balls and strikes being called in this inning. Some visible frustration down in those front rows this inning.
if I was the Purdue Boilermakers, I'd just come up to the plate and bunt every time. A couple of their hits today have just been bunts.
Now a grounder. That ball is going to be put at second, and Chloe Banks will head back to the dugout. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th, but a runner at first. They're going to say they turned a double play.
I think they're going to say there was interference on the base. They're going to say that the runner slid into second and hit the player for Northwestern on second. So there was contact made with the second baseman by the runner sliding into second. So they're going to try to say that both runners were out.
Because naturally the interference disrupts the potential for the double play.
You can't physically touch the second baseman or the player trying to make the double play. You can slide near the bag, but you can't make contact. And we take a look here as Banks slides into second. She does make contact. Some light contact, though. It does seem like...
That seemed more like the second baseman stepping off the bag than it was contact from Banks. But regardless, they're going to say they get the out. So we're going to the 6th inning. 2-1 is still the score. Purdue heads to the field.
Able to stay low or stay on the ground and stay on the bag. It would have only been 1 out, but thrower interference. So, but in any event, that makes things more exciting, Alex, as we hear in the 6th in a 1-run game.
Starting off for Northwestern, it's going to be number 5, Bridget Donahue.
And a batter that is dangerous and has shown that here this weekend. She hit 2 home runs yesterday in game 1 against this same pitcher in Julia Gossett. So Gossett has already felt the power and has started to kind of go away from her here, not giving her anything to hit at the plate.
Called strike, 2-1 for the hitter. A foul ball into the net.
Yeah, she did a nice job helping out Gossett there on that one. Just kind of flailing the bat out and fouling that one away. And now evening the count, and Gossett can get out number 1 here.
Bridget Donahue now with a full count. She's already been walked today. Donahue averages .79 walks per game. That's leading the Big Ten and good for 16th in the nation.
Gossett trying to double check what the pitch call is on the pitch watch.
A little blooper. Campbell hauls it in. 1 batter retired.
And that has to feel really good for Julia Gossett to be able to get a hitter the quality of Donahue out 3 times here today. And again on that one, a beautiful 3-2 pitch, and Donahue just kind of flails the bat out there. And then a great play by Ashlyn Campbell and the second base spot for out number 1. And the Boilermakers look to build momentum here in the 6th.
Cunea, first-year outfielder. Already talked about it, from Oaklawn, Illinois. Number 56 player in the nation in the class of 2023. Rated as by Extra Innings Softball. There's a lot of different websites that go through those recruiting rankings.
Yeah, we saw that power on display yesterday in the bat of Cunea. One of the 3 home runs hit by the Wildcats, and fouled that up following Donahue in the lineup.
That ball blooped again into the infield. Tyrina Jones, the shortstop, hauls it in. 2 batters retired.
Yeah, she had the home run swing on there, but Julia Gossett fooled her with some breaking stuff and gets her jammed up and pops her up into the infield. And yeah, a little fun exchange there with Tyrina Jones and Sage Scarmardo as a who was going to get it, but Jones was able to make the play, and 2 down now for the Boilermakers.
Muno, potentially a 3rd out here in the 6th inning. Already has a strikeout today, 0 for 1. She's going to put that one up into the outfield. It'll drop, and Polar can't reach it. So it's a first pitch knock for Muno. She found the sweet spot.
Yeah, and that's very similar to the first couple of hits the Wildcats had against the Boilermakers and Julia Gossett yesterday. Just a bloop single into the shallow outfield, and a nice job there. Muno able to find the spot and keep things going here with 2 outs. And again, the Wildcats are really dangerous. They've scored a few runs this weekend on 2 outs, so Boilermakers have to stay ready here on defense.
Well, a dangerous hitter now, Lindsay, who's already had a big day today, the triple, and scored a run, the only run of the day for Northwestern.
Yeah, Lindsay bounced that triple off the left field wall and was able to wheel her way around, and that would be unfortunate for the Boilermakers here. A triple would score the runner on first, so.
A called strike 2. Gossett getting ahead in the count. Lindsay's worked an even 17 walks and 17 strikeouts, but she hits .324 with 2 outs. Gossett now over 100 pitches as that one falls in for ball 1. Did not expect to see her go this long today. That one's going long. It's going to die in the center field for out number 3. Purdue keeps Northwestern off the board. It's still 2-1, and the Boilers head back to the plate. And the Wild Wild Cats will have to deal with the Wild Wild West coming this fall.
Yeah, and Alex, I saw this the other day on social media. I saw the USC release their football schedule for next year, and there's just something like cool, but also odd. The fact that the University of Southern California is posting their schedule with a Big Ten logo on it. Exciting times in Power 5 sports, and an exciting time here in the Big Ten Conference.
It'll be great as well for these student athletes who, kind of spend the majority of their time in the Midwest region, get a chance to go out west and enjoy some of that beautiful weather, spend some weekends out in a place that may not have been an opportunity for them to visit before. Some good times, good team bonding memories might come with those road trips.
I don't think you're going to have to pull the teeth too hard of the teams in the Midwest that are going to get to go and have a 3 or 4 day vacation in Southern California.
Well, it's not a vacation, it's a business trip.
Hey, listen, tell that to the athlete that's going to get to go spend some time in Southern California.
Well, Maggie Frizzotti in her first year preaching, winning is everything. The next one is the most important one. And right now, a 2-1 game is the next one. Purdue trying to hang on. 2-2. At the plate.
Well, and that 1-0 mentality is what has allowed the Boilermakers to have the season that they've had thus far. A nice job there as Polar lays off of that one to fill the count up.
And even 21-21. Purdue could get above or below 500 after today's game, and that one is going to be fouled off. Full count still for Polar.
Well, and the one thing that stood out to me, Maggie Frizzotti speaking on the Purdue softball podcast this week, is that their keys to their recent success are patience, understanding, and trusting in one another. And you see after a 9-0 blowout loss yesterday how the Boilermakers woke up and 24 hours later come back here and have trusted one another, and now have a 2-1 lead over the best team in the Big Ten Conference.
Foul ball. It's hard to get a lead. It's even harder to keep one. Lucky for Purdue, they've got one of their best hitters at the plate. It's the 3-4-5 due up in this inning for Purdue as we are in the final stretch of this ball game. That one is going to be lined into left. It'll drop fair. Polar will pump the brakes and stay at first. They know she's got wheels, so they halt her for a single.
A great piece of hitting for Mariah Polar. 2 for 3 now at the plate and able to hang in there on a 3-2 pitch and drive that one a little bloop of her own. And the Boilermaker is looking for some insurance here as they only hold a 1-run lead.
Purdue now hitting 300 on the day, 6 for 20 in total hits and at-bats.
Well, and right there on that last one, I know the speed of Mariah Polar, but you have to be wary of Emma Ray behind home plate and the arm that she has. You don't want to get picked off as Polar kind of floated away from first base there on that last pitch.
Shown bunt from Ross, and it goes back. No play made by the catcher Ray, but it does go for a strike. 0-2 for Ross.
That was almost disastrous there. The one thing you don't want to do when you're asked to lay one down is pop it up in the air and put any air under it. And Ross getting another opportunity here, but again, right there, popping it up and it trails off just out of the glove of the diving Emma Ray. But
she'll take a swing. Foul ball going towards the dugout of Northwestern. Still no outs. Ryan Ross 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts today.
Yeah, an 0-2 count, but a good opportunity. Ross has given herself a couple of more opportunities here to swing at the plate.
That infield playing back towards the edge of the dirt. Polar looks like if she gets an opportunity, she's going to run. Talked about it a little bit. Polar, another one of those dangerous base runners for Purdue. 18 of 24 in stolen base attempts this season.
Well, and part of the reason that you haven't seen Polar make that attempt down to second is the All-Big Ten catcher sitting behind home plate in Emma Ray. threw out 3 batters against Illinois last week in the midweek, and even with the speed of Mariah Poehler, they're not testing the arm of Emma Ray.
Ball up high.
Look at the Purdue Boilermakers and their success stealing this year. 1 or more stolen base. They have a 17-14 record, 548 win percentage, but they start getting up around 2+, and the win percentage starts climbing up around 800. But another note to make as well, when the Boilermakers don't attempt a stolen base, their win percentage is down around 330, Alex.
We talked about it earlier, especially when Northwestern was being aggressive. You know, if you can succeed in your aggressive base running, that'll translate to wins. It's hard not to when you're putting runners deeper in scoring position, setting them up for success to push runs across the plate.
Well, the Boilermakers' risk-reward continues to pay dividends as they're off to one of the best starts they've had in recent memory. And you got to give credit to Ryan Ross at the plate, hanging in here. This is like the 11th or 12th pitch of this at bat, Alex.
She's working. It's not even a full count yet. It's a 2-2. She'll pop it in the air, and the Northwestern defense will retire her for out number 1.
And even though Ross popped out there, a routine catch for the outfield of Northwestern, I think she did her job there, and that's running up the pitch count of Cammie Henry, who is now in her 5th inning or 6th inning of work. Her pitch count is up to 63. As you see the Wildcats coming out to talk about it, I don't see anybody in the bullpen, so I'm not sure there's going to be a change made.
I think Cammie Henry is going to get a rundown from this next batter. A little bit of strategy coming from her head coach, Drohan. Excuse me. It's actually the pitching coach, Gascoigne.
Yeah, Michelle Gascoigne in her 9th season here at Northwestern, out of an Oklahoma grad. Graduated from Oklahoma in 2013.
You want to talk about winners? Just head down to the Sooner State. Swing and a miss for Kendall Bailey. Kendall Bailey was hit by pitch in the 4th and was one of the 2 runs that scored from Jones's double. So take a ball up high. No pickup throws probably going to come from Ray to first as long as Poehler's sitting there, just because, you know, Bailey bats left. So you talked about it earlier in the game. She's kind of obstructing that path for the pickoff throw. That one hit foul. Nearly finds the box next to us.
You mentioned that Emma Ray not making a throw. If there was anybody that was going to make that throw, I would see Emma Ray doing it. She keeps popping up into that stance. If I'm Kendall Bailey, I'm getting out of the way. I mean, I get it, but I'm getting out of the way.
You don't get out of the way. You don't let your teammate have an easy pickoff attempt come at her.
Emma Ray corks one back to throw it 60 feet down to first base. I'm getting out of the way.
That one low and away. Another big leadoff for Poehler. She's getting farther and farther. You're seeing the little path that she's digging as the leadoff is at first.
Yeah, that's about 15 feet out from the bag, and that's just from her. That's just from this at bat.
That one has made contact. It's going to drift left foul again. Full count for Bailey. We just saw Ryan Ross work a pretty deep at bat for a fly out to second base. We'll see what Bailey has up her sleeve.
When Bailey's been so good for the Boilermakers, coming in pinch hit situations and designated player situations.
She'll ground that one up to right. Poehler heading to third, and Bailey will pump the brakes at first. So a base hit from Bailey puts that runner deep into scoring position, and now Purdue got the chance to put on some insurance runs here in the bottom of the 6th.
back-to-back incredible at-bats for the Boilermakers, but Kendall Bailey able to sit on that one, drive it into right field, and you do the job, and you get your speedster over to third. And the Boilermakers, as you said, runners on the corner now with only one out. And again, that insurance run is a huge deal with the way that Northwestern can score runs. Yeah, this will be her 130th, a 1.19 ERA. Absolutely silly numbers. The boss, if you will, for the Wildcats in the circle. And they haven't seen this very often, being down in a conference game, and the Boilermakers are threatening here. So with that, and the runners on second and third now, they bring in Ashley Miller to try to stifle the Boilermakers.
Bailey just took second, and Ray let her do it. Too deep in scoring position. That one flown into center field. Scarmardo is out, and there is no chance for a sacrifice fly as Polar is halted at third. Now 2 outs. And a really good spot with the force at first for this Northwestern defense.
Yeah, and a nice grab out there by Ayanna Lindsay. And then the cutoff throw, my goodness, able to hold the runner at third. You see there an absolute laser. One hops to the catcher, and so the Boilermakers didn't get anything out of it.
So Tyrina Jones at the plate after Scarmardo tries to lay down a sacrifice play, but is unsuccessful. Jones will take it up high for a 2-0 count.
Yeah, and Alex, I talk about this pretty frequently as you see Tyrina Jones 1 for 2 today, 2 RBI double in the fourth. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time situations. And Ashley Miller in the circle and Tyrina Jones at the plate. Who's going to win this battle?
Jones will foul it off, 2-1. Well, you know what they say, special teams, special players, special plays.
And you saw in that last one there a beautiful pitch from Miller. Miller throws the ball really hard.
Foul ball put up over the net, 2-2. That one falls back into the stands.
And that's the Boilermaker pitchers, or the Boilermaker hitters struggled yesterday to hit the off-speed stuff from Ashley Miller. You saw it on that last pitch. She has a disgusting breaking pitch.
Jones gone looking. What a way to get out of the inning. Ashley Miller showing you why she's one of the best pitchers, not in the Big Ten, but in the nation. They strand 2, and it's still a 1-run game heading to the top of the 7th inning.
I'm sure the Boilermaker faithful and Maggie Frizzotti are hoping for number 8.
Gossett gave up 5 hits and 1 earned run. She walked 3, struck out 5, and pitched 92 was the official pitch count.
Yeah, oh, wow. A shot sent into the dugout of the Wildcats, and a tough way for Klochak to come into the game. The Wildcats have their 1, 2, 3 hitters up in this inning. A couple of hits amongst the 3. A 3-hole hitter 0 for 3 as Robinson digs in.
Well, the season opener was a start for Klochak. It was her first complete game and only the 8th start of her career. 1 batter away from being the first pitcher since 2016 to toss a perfect game. So she had a good start to this season. And she is not finding the zone. Now it's a 3-1 for that leadoff hitter, Robinson. Hitting .595 in the leadoff spot.
Looks like the Boilermaker coaches are trying to clarify what is the strike zone here this afternoon, as a couple of pitches from Klochak were closer than Maggie Frizzotti would have liked. Pitches that were called balls.
Take another look at that here. It's near the edge. You could make a case.
I think that the thing that Maggie Frizzotti was saying is, hey, just make it make sense and let's make it the same for everyone.
Or she's heading back to put together a PowerPoint presentation to where she can plead her case to appeal that strike. 3-1. Ball 4. Tying run aboard here in the top of the 7th. Purdue still the home team, so they will have a chance to respond if things get ugly here, but they want to close this out in the top half of the inning. Nader, the right fielder, and the left-handed hitter will come up to the plate. She'll show bunt, take it in. It's a 1-0.
Well, and this is something that the Boilermakers can't get caught up in is you need to have your pitcher throw strikes at the plate. I understand they're in a situation right now where the Wildcats are looking to lay one down, but you don't want to let this one get too out of hand here and let too many batters come to the plate. Looks like the Boilermakers want to have a conversation with their pitcher.
Seems like a good idea. Already one aboard after Robinson was given a free pass. It's the 12th walk of the season for Klochik. Robinson has stolen 4 bases this year and caught stealing twice. That bunt laid down. Klochik will flip it to first. They retire that first batter, but that tying run now moves into scoring position. Just 2 away from a win over the top team in the conference.
Well, and a nice job there getting the runner around, getting the runner over to second, but a plus for the Boilermakers, able to make that play at first, so 1 away. So a third of the way there as next batter steps in. What you don't want to have happen is letting this one get away with balls.
Zidak with a 1-0. A 10-10 OPS for the left fielder. She's 0 for 3 today. She'll watch that one sail in for a strike.
And that's a nice job there from Kendall Klochak, able to come back after throwing a couple of wild pitches and able to find the strike zone there and get a feeling of where that zone is at.
That one's going to be popped up, drifting into foul territory. Chloe Banks will haul it in for out number 2, but now Robinson at third.
Well, and that's a smart play, though. Again, the tying run at third, but now you have 2 outs, a routine play from Banks over there in right field, able to get under it and then making the relay to stop the runner at third. Nice job there. So now, I mean, a pop fly, a ground ball, and the Boilermakers are looking to get out of this one, so the runner at third isn't that big of a deal.
That one chipped, goes foul for a strike. It's Katie, the third baseman, who has 25 RBI this season. A couple of Wildcats with 25. The most is 31 by Kansas Robinson. Actually, it's 32 after she had the RBI to send in that 1 run for Northwestern today.
Well, and that's the benefit for Northwestern. Katie batting .242 with 2 outs this season. Only 1 strike away now for the Boilermakers, but Katie is dangerous. So you have to be careful if you're Kendall Klochak and not giving Katie anything to drive into the outfield.
Katie slugs 400, hits .271 with runners in scoring position. 1 pitch, all she needs. Ball 1.
I know the Boilermaker faithful here in West Lafayette wanted that one, but that one was a little bit wide and not able to paint that outside corner.
Again on the edge. Now it's a 2-2.
And I think that we've seen this enough with now Kendall Klochak and Julia Gossett. The home plate umpire is not calling that outside pitch. I would try to work that inside corner and get the hitter jammed.
That one popped up high. It's got some height, but it doesn't have the distance. Boilermakers are going to hang on and win it 2-1. A great day hitting for Purdue, .292, and they hit 4 for 9 with 2 outs, pushing runners across. A 2 RBI double from Tyrina Jones really set it up, and Purdue gets their first win over the Wildcats since May 8th of 2021.